Hello, welcome to Mowgli TV. Today we're going to talk about how to learn Resolume fast and efficiently. If you've ended up on this video because of the thumbnail saying don't read the fucking manual, yeah, that's clickbait. I'm going to tell you to read the manual. I'm going to tell you to read the manual over and over and back to front and go back to it. But this more. I'm also going to give you some tips that are a bit more fun, so let's get stuck into it. If I was to learn Resolume today, this is the way I would go about it. Go to the Resolume website, go to download. I would start off by downloading Avenue because, as I've said on other videos, Avenue is exactly the same as Arena. It's just missing some of the functionality with the advanced output, which if you're just starting out, you don't want to get too confused with. You want to learn the basics of how you put your content up there and how to operate that before you go further. Once you've downloaded and installed the demo, what I recommend you do is that you just fire it up and you'll see the default composition that comes with Resolume. At this point, I suggest you just put some music of your choice on and start clicking randomly on things. Just explore the interface. Start by maybe clicking on a clip, seeing what it does, looking at all the different panels, seeing things that move. Just try things out, like what's that? Oh, I can grab it. Oh, I can move it. Okay, yeah. This is a lot of fun. You can spend hours just doing that, just clicking through different things, exploring menus. I suggest you leave the top menu bar for a bit. You've got most things you will need to know about straight away here in the panels that come with the default layout. So yeah, you can explore, find out what's doing what. Just click on things. You're not going to break anything. See how much you can actually figure out for yourself. You can explore the effects, for example, the sources, and you've got several tabs in the composition. One's the footage shop, which is just straight up video clips. Then you've got the audiovisual one, which has got audio on the clips as well. So it's effectively an audiovisual tool. Then you've got sample generators, just giving you the basics of things that you can make straight within Resolume without the need for video clips. And then you've got a little wire example. I recommend that you spend quite a bit of time playing about with this demo composition. And once you figured out most things and you start to feel a bit comfortable with the interface and what it does, it might be a good idea to save the composition with a different name so you don't spoil the default one in case you want to go back to it, and try to turn it into something that's a bit more customized to your own liking. Maybe try to add some effects on some clips and turn it into a composition that you can then have a play about with whatever music you're into and have a go at VJing with your new composition. Once you start doing that, you'll hopefully come up with ideas of things you want to do but you're not quite sure how to achieve. Now is a good time to go back to the Resolume website and start going through all the training, i.e. the manual. While it's not strictly necessary that you follow the training in the order that it comes in, it's probably a good idea. This can be quite interesting because you've probably figured out quite a lot of the very basics for yourself, but if you actually go through each one of the different chapters, you'll expand on what you've already learned and add some knowledge to what you figured out for yourself. To complement the training section, you've also got the support section on their website. At the top, there's some things like frequently asked questions and some problem solving and that kind of thing. But if you scroll a bit further down, then you've got all these different sections which are really good reading and will start teaching you some of the vocabulary and the basics of Resolume. I suggest the vocabulary one is really important because that will enable you to ask further questions once you start finding other problems that you want to resolve and you don't actually know how to ask what you want to ask. This is very important to get the right information if you're going to go to any of the Facebook groups or the Resolume forum to get some information about it. One of the many reasons to read the manual is because you don't know what you don't know. And while reading the manual won't explain absolutely every possible thing that you can do with Resolume, it will give you a very good awareness of where things lie. So that makes it possible for you to go and get further help from other people, knowing what it is that you are asking. Having an awareness of the manual will make people more inclined to help you. If you start asking very general questions, it becomes impossible to give any help. and it puts some people off and all the sarky comments start coming down. So a very quick way to avoid that is to have a basic awareness and show other people that you're prepared to do some groundwork before you go out expecting everyone to spoon feed you whatever you need. Another awesome resource for getting information and resolving problems on the Resolume website is the forum. In this day and age, forums have become less and less popular in favor of things like Facebook groups, but forums have got a lot of advantages in many ways. One of them is that you can easily search for questions that have been asked before. Things like, oh, why is my content not working? Well, you need to convert it to DXV. I mean, that's been answered many times, and it keeps popping up on Facebook groups almost daily. As you can see, the forums are organized, so you've got sub-forums, a general chat, problems, bugs, solutions. You can request new features, ask about hardware, etc. They are really good. I recommend that you start using the forum if you don't already. Another great plus to using the forums is that often questions are answered by the developers themselves, so you're getting the information from the horse's mouth. A problem in many Facebook groups is that you'll ask a question and people will start answering it whether they actually know the answer to the question or not, which is fine. Sometimes people think it's the right answer and there's nothing wrong with that. But you, as the person asking, you don't actually know if the person is giving you the correct answer or not. So it pays off to get the answer from someone who knows exactly what they're talking about. So one last thing, even if you are an advanced user of Resolume, you've been using it for quite a while, it actually pays off to go through the documentation every now and then and reread certain things. I've been guilty of forgetting things that I knew simply because I get stuck into a rut of how I use the software. And I forget that there's certain functionalities because I haven't used them much. And although I at some point was aware of them, the lack of using them means that you forget about them. And sometimes you rediscover things that might be really handy, might improve the way you work. Also, as new releases come out, it's a good idea to always watch the video documentation, highlighting new features, things that have changed, and new ways of working. Well, that's it for this video. I hope it's been useful, and please like and subscribe as it really helps my channel. And if you're starting off with Resolume, I wish you best of luck and above all that you have a lot of fun. Remember, the manual, the documentation, the video tutorials, they are all your friend and they're gonna make your life easier, better and more efficient. Bye.